Hi, and welcome to VEDA 2014 Day 2. I'm just going to dive right in with what happened in my day because I think that's a really good transition into the topic that we're going to have today, which is YouTube presents. So today was a really good day. I had junior-senior initiation. I got a really cool t-shirt from my senior. It's got a little Pokeball on it and a ditto. And it says, "The Dark Knight is my favorite movie," because the senior that I have knows that I do not like the movie The Dark Knight. I despise that movie. I love Batman. I am a huge Batman fan. But I cannot stand the Dark Knight series. I just feel like that did not do Batman justice at all. Sorry if I offend anyone, but that's my opinion. So, that was really great. A really fun time. Overall, it was a good day. So I'm just going to transition into my next topic, which is YouTube presents. And this is why. With the recent things that have been going on in the YouTube community, I realized that not many people have a strong line between the reality that their YouTuber sets up for themselves and the reality that is that person. When you watch a video from your favorite YouTubers, it's really easy to forget that they're not actually talking to you. They're talking to a camera, and what they're saying is what they want you to know. They're not going to tell you what they don't want you to know. Example, for a while, Carrie Hope Fletcher let us know that she had a boyfriend, but she never told us who the boyfriend was, and we found out later the reasoning behind that and who the boyfriend was. But no matter how much we think that they're our friends, they aren't sharing 100% of their lives with us. And we can't say that we know them because we know the sides of them that we want to know. Unless you know them in person and you actually talk to them and are friends with them, in which case that's different. But as a common YouTube viewer, you don't know your favorite YouTubers, and I'm really sorry to tell you that. It's a lesson that took me a really long time to learn. I was convinced for the longest time that I knew these people, that even though we didn't know each other, that I knew about them and I knew what type of people they were, and they were the type of people I would have chosen as friends if I ever met them, which isn't true now that I know about some of the things that these people have done, especially because I followed 2 of them and I listened to some of the music for like 4 of them. So it's really just really hard to define that, especially when you get people like Dan and Phil, whose entire internet persona is being that quirky, relatable vlogger, which is a fine persona to have, and I really enjoy their videos, but that's not who they are on a daily basis, and their lives are more complicated than, ooh, texting, lol, monster, that Dan does, and Phil's like lions. Their lives are more complicated than that, and they're only sharing with us what they want us to know. They don't tell us the things that are more personal. I'm not going to tell you the things that are more personal to me. If I share something with you, it's because I want to share it with you. There's nothing that will be on this channel that I don't want on it. And that's how all other YouTube channels are. They put what they want on it. And going into this, it's important for me to have you understand that. It's important for you to just understand that when you partake in the YouTube community. Because when YouTubers take advantage of the power that we give some of that power to them by being their viewers, when they take advantage of it, we have the right and the privilege to say, no, you are not using my viewership to manipulate other people, and you can take that away from them. But you also have to understand that YouTubers are humans, and they are not A-list celebrities. Their fame exists purely on the internet. It's a very different type of fame that the world still has not come to terms to understand or handle it, which is okay. We're in a transition period, and Hank and John Green's actions on this frontier have been game changers, and I think that the community is really strong, and I think that the community is going to really work through this in a positive way. So I think that it's okay to be fans. It's okay to watch people's videos, but you have to take everything with a grain of salt. You cannot kid yourself into knowing these people, but that doesn't mean that the experiences that they give you are any less real or meaningful. It might even make them more real and more meaningful at times, because saying what you need to hear, them saying what you need to hear maybe, is what someone else needs to hear. And because they have a wider audience, they're affecting more change. And so while YouTubers like Dan and Phil are great, and they're good for comedy, and they're good for a laugh, we also need to remember that there are YouTubers out there like Alex Day and Tom Milsom and Ed Plant and Alex Carpenter. But we also need to remember that there are people out there like Hank and John Green. There are so many different types of people in the world, and we cannot all be put into one box, and some of these people are bound to end up on the internet. So it's okay to have liked both Alex's music and their videos, and it's okay to have followed Ed Plant and Tom Milsom, but when you find out what these people are doing, you need to act, because their power comes from you. You give them the power. Alright, this was just a big spiel, and I don't even know if this is where I wanted it to end up. Your memories are of meeting these people if you met them, of watching their videos, of partaking in whatever you partook with them. They're not any less real. They're not any less important to you. And they're going to teach you good lessons in life. If the only lesson you get out of this is that you can't always trust the facade people show, that's still a good lesson. If the only lesson you get out of this is that the internet community has a long way to go before we really have good standing and we can really exist on another level of unimaginable possibilities, that's okay too. But everyone needs to take away a lesson, no matter how small or insignificant. Okay, I think my spiel is over. I might pop in some other things in other videos pertaining to this. Can't promise you I won't. It's important to me for you to understand that. And I'm sorry if this video was long and hard to understand, but it's important to at least try and understand. So with that, I wish you all good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.